So there are a lot of sons in bands nowadays, Mumford and his sons. And over here in Belgium, there's Whispering Sons and also a band called just Sons. But there's only one daughter. They are playing indie rock, pop, folk since 2010, but I call you guys slackers. Welcome in the station, Igor and Elena.
Hello.
Hi.
Europe isn't that far from the UK.
No, we were only a little short train away, but we're sad that we're not Europe anymore.
Really?
Very much.
You're always welcome.
Stated.
Always welcome over here.
Thank you so much, yes.
So you really have to change your money and stuff like that? Like from the pounds to the euros?
The euros when coming here.
It's so 90s.
Maybe we just move here. I think that would be would be nice.
Yeah, okay. We'll arrange that. So Elena and Igor, I tried to surprise my guests with an opening track, specially chosen for you guys. And an hour ago, I thought it was funny to listen to Daughter by Pearl Jam.
Hey.
You know that song?
Yeah.
Don't call me daughter. Yeah, you know it? Okay. But it's not, I think it's not the style that you like.
Well, I mean, to be fair, I was never really a Pearl Jam listener growing up. So, yeah, I maybe where we go, but no.
No, me neither.
But
so maybe you're right.
Maybe you're correct, yeah. That wasn't the inspiration for the band name, I guess.
Okay. So I've chosen the band Girls. That's much more credible. So bass player and producer Chet White passed away a couple of years ago. And there's something mysterious about the band Girls, just like you. I'm talking about the comparison between Girls and Daughter, just the name. Mm-hmm. So why are you called Daughter?
I think it was, well, originally when we started, I think we could have, I was doing a lot of things under my own name, solo stuff, many years ago. And
Beautiful name also.
Thank you. But I'll tell my parents you agree. Anyway, and but then I thought we kind of were thinking really like we wanted to, because we were a band, we were starting to make music together, the two of us at the start, me and Igor. So yeah, we kind of, to be honest, it just really came to mind and felt like the right name quite quickly. I guess it always takes time to kind of settle into a band name, but now I think it really makes a lot of sense. And yeah, it just felt like that kind of family connections, and also just, yeah, there was something, I guess, that we just felt suited the music, especially at that time, and even now still, I think we wouldn't be any other band name.
Would be hard to change.
Yeah, we'll keep it.
I know it's a cliche question, but how would you describe the style of your music?
I think our style has really changed a lot over the years. So I would say it's different, talking about the first EPs to now. But I don't know. I never know really how to describe it.
Yeah. I think it's one of those things. It's like, when you like a painter, if you're like, so what's your painting style? And they go, well, it's everything.
Yeah, and it's changing with every new album also. Yes, exactly. And we're so, I think, like as artists, we're so self-involved in our own music. It's like, for us, it's like so much more than maybe for, what it is to other people as well. So like, I think like I tend to, when people ask me, because, what do you do? And I'm like, I'm a musician. It's like, what sort of music do you play? And like, and then I just say like, it's kind of like more sad music. And it's like, there's a strong focus on the lyrics, but it has also like texture and atmosphere, and, it's like a song, but we also really try to create like, an atmosphere and ambience.
So, basically that's a really we don't know how. We don't know.
Try not to label it.
Okay, yeah. we have to.
Yeah.
We have to. Radio stations have to.
Yeah. It's like
ambient sadness.
What folder do you put it in? I guess the thing is that, you mentioned folk earlier, and for us, that was something like, we very much started in that domain, because it was like, you just owned an acoustic guitar.
Mm-hmm.
I had an electric, but I was, I was accompanying you, and it was just, that was it. That was like acoustic guitar, vocals, drums, and electric guitar, and that was it. So we kind of fell into the folk category, I guess, because you also were brought up on folk songs and things like that. So. But that's something as we've evolved, we've very much not intentionally, but we've just kind of like moved away from. While it still being an influence, it's just not kind of the kind of music we make, I guess. So I've just told you what we're not doing.
Yeah, did you ever imagine that this question would be like a 4-hour answer?
Yeah, I think we should probably start. Yeah.
but even on one album, there's a lot of different styles, especially on the new one.
Mm. Yes, I think it's maybe our more varied album out of the albums we've put out.
But it would be funny if you make like a dad rock album being called Daughter.
Maybe that's the next.
Or is that a dad joke?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm the DJ with the dad jokes. Yeah.
Yeah.
DJ.
Yeah.
DJ dad jokes. Yeah. That would be such a good DJ.
Yeah.
That would,
yeah. Congratulations with your, can I say, third album?
Yes.
Or should I say the fourth?
No, third is fine.
Third, yeah.
Because the third one was a soundtrack.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Stereo Mind Game. I already heard it. It's beautiful. So I think it's the most optimistic album since you're playing. Mm-hmm. But it's about being separated from yourself and from your loved ones.
Yeah, and I'm happy about it, no.
Okay.
I love being alone. That's why it's so optimistic.
Okay. No. Yeah, that's a good reason.
No, I think, it does seem strange that it is our most optimistic and also about that. But I think there's a kind of, especially with the separation, it's like seeing you again kind of feeling of like, not all is not lost, and also I guess strengthening the feeling for people, whether it's romantic or friendships or family. It's like when you can't see people, when you're distant, it's like it makes you feel like those connections are strengthened, almost because you're missing people, which is a very strong emotion. So yeah, and I think musically it's more uplifting as well, or at least that the music really lifts out the more melancholic vocal lyrical moments.
Mm-hmm. The separation thing as a theme, is it because of Corona, I guess?
Well, actually, no, yeah. No.
Yeah, no, that's just day to day.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
These songs were actually written like quite a few years ago, so there's definitely like a feeling,
resonance.
Yeah, resonance. And even as we were making the record, and obviously we started in 2017, 18, but even the songs and the way that they felt to us kind of shifted because of COVID and how what the world was experiencing. But it wasn't technically written about that time.
Okay. It will be released on the 7th of April. The song we're already playing on the radio the last weeks is called Party. Can you tell us what that is about? Or do we have to understand it ourselves, Elena?
Oh, I mean, I always like to not say too much, I guess, because it's always nice to, when I listen to music, to kind of think of my own way of understanding another person's songs, but I guess this one's quite specific of the record, and it's just it's more the story of my realizing that I wanted to give up alcohol, and that's really the sort of main focus of that song. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Good to know. It's also a big thing over here. Stop drinking alcohol, especially this 1 month in a year. Mm-hmm. But a lot of people around me from the same generation, it's like early 40s, are stopping with the booze.
Mm-hmm.
So it's trending.
Yeah, I think it's your own personal relationship with it, isn't it? So it just depends how you interact with it. But some people are healthy.
There's alcohol everywhere you go, all the time.
Yeah,
it's crazy because it's a hard drug.
Yeah, I mean it's like anything that you take out that is pretty common. Like some people can't eat sugar, and turns out there's sugar in everything. And some people can't have lactose, and turns out there's lactose in loads of stuff. And I guess with alcohol, maybe it's just something that there's certain places and certain contexts where it's very, very common because it also helps social interactions. It has a relaxing effect on people, and like anything in small quantities, like it's really nice. And it's just, I think when the small quantities become bigger, that's where it can potentially be a problem.
Like daily use, or
yeah.
It's a pity about for the Belgian beers.
Yeah.
you can take one, just one.
Yes,
one a day keeps the doctor away. Yeah, sorry, the DJ dad joke. My guest in Slacker Station today, Igor and Elena from Daughter, with a new album coming up in a week. You've been recording Stereo Mind Game in a lot of places, like London, San Diego, Portland, and Vancouver. Why is that?
Well, we're 3 in the band. We're only 2 today, but Remy, the drummer, in our band lives in the US. He's got a family there in Portland, so that's where some of the recordings happened. He recorded his drums in Vancouver, Washington, which is not too far from Portland. And I ended up traveling a little bit around. Like, I lived in San Diego for a while, so some of the recordings happened there. You came to visit, so I had a nice time in California. And then, just the UK, where I ended up moving back to, I live in Bristol, you live in London. And, it's just like with technology today, you're able to, record anywhere, and to, save those recordings, take them somewhere else, change them, re-record them, keep them as they are. And that's kind of what we ended up doing with this album is it's kind of, I mean, for many reasons, including the pandemic that's been already mentioned, it's just been a necessity of like working from a distance at points and exchanging files, having Zoom calls, Skypes, FaceTimes, etc., and just trying to keep it sort of organic in the way we were making the album, but also like basically, being separated. And it created sort of like, it was like a patchwork, and we could take certain recordings, like some recordings were like first takes, like there's a song on the album called Neptune. That's just one take, and was like, well, that's it. We're not going to try to re-record that. And then, it was like we could take that recording and go to another studio and start recording other things like the strings or the horns, or lots of different stuff.
I am not in love, but I'm open to persuasion. East or west, where's the best?
Who has chosen John Armatrading?
That was me.
Okay.
Yes.
Elena, go. Love and Affection.
Oh, I love this song.
Okay.
So I first heard this song when I was, I think really, I'm trying to remember how old, but very, very young. Like I would say maybe like 11 or 12. And it was part of this treasured CD that I had, which was a compilation of lots of tracks. And yeah, it was called Girls with Guitars. And I remember like prizing this CD. And playing all the songs on repeat. But this particular song I just adored, and I love the lyrics, and yeah, I love Joan Armatrading's voice, and yeah, just everything about it really is brilliant. So yeah, I would sing this incredibly loudly in my room alone.
Okay.
As a 10, 12-year-old, I can't remember how old. So yeah.
Isn't that like how, everything starts? Like, where you're just like, as a fan of a song, and just like singing out loud and like, maybe one day I'll sing my own song.
I was doing that yesterday with Party.
Oh, cool. Nice.
Maybe one day. Joni Mitchell, All I Want. I guess it's Elena again who has chosen that song.
Another absolute gem of a song.
Yeah. Was it Girls with Guitars?
Actually, this song, so Joni Mitchell also, there was a Joni Mitchell track on the same compilation, but it wasn't this song. But also another introduction.
Are all the songs you have chosen
from this compilation? Yeah.
So we can just put on Girls with Guitars.
Yeah, you need to like copyright. You need to like include them in some kind of credits of it. Yeah.
It's not. But it's not that song. It's not that song from.
It's not the same song. Actually, I think.
Absolute hero on guitar, Joni Mitchell.
Oh, yeah. But actually, I believe that the song that was on the compilation was maybe Blue, which I think is actually. Piano, but anyway.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
This one is called All I Want.
Oh, this is great. So this is a very brilliant song. And lyrically, again, I mean, I think Joni Mitchell's so inspiring for lyrics and for everything. But I think the lines that I really jump out to me as kind of seem to kind of really resonate with me. All I really want our love to do is to bring out the best in me and in you too. And I love it because I think there's something about that sentiment that I think I was attempting, although not anywhere near as well, in some of the feelings of this record, because I was feeling that kind of, in that mood and mind when writing a few of these songs for our record.
Which explains some of the optimism.
Maybe.
So I guess, Igor, you have chosen Arthur Russell?
I have chosen Arthur Russell, yes.
So, like, the girls choose the women and the boys.
Well, wait until you hear my other choice.
Okay. So, Arthur Russell, I don't know him.
Arthur Russell, he was an American who didn't know much success when he was alive. He died when he was 40 from AIDS in the US, and he kind of he released only 2 albums because he was such a perfectionist, and he was a cello player, and he touched at lots of different kinds of music. He did like avant-garde music, he did pop, he did like dub, he did sort of disco influenced stuff. This is like 70s in New York kind of time, and he's had a huge influence on actually a lot of artists, sort of pop posthumously, after his death. And I've only discovered him in the last decade, and this is the song that I fell in love with.
Get Around It. So before we're gonna listen to the last 2 Sunday afternoon favorites as chosen by Daughter, there are 2 deeper questions in the show. Are you up for that?
Yes. I fear the deeper is another dad joke.
Igor, what's your favorite snack on a Sunday afternoon, the day after playing a marvelous gig, maybe in Belgium, and you have the time off in Brussels, or you're back at your own home, if that makes it easier. Your favorite snack on a Sunday afternoon?
Oh, my favorite snack. You are asking someone who's not like a very snacky person, unfortunately. So I might have to turn to the very beige and very, very common potato crisp. So I'm Swiss originally, but I have found a deep love for the potato crisp in the UK. Very, very loved by most British people, I'd say. There are many different choices of potato crisp, from the salt and vinegar to salt and pepper to sweet chili, cheddar and onion, all of those, and some more exotic ones. But I just like my plain old sea salt and black pepper, and I respect and I love you, potato crisp.
Okay, Elena, your turn.
Oh, my snack of choice. The thing is that Igor, also I have a deep love for crisps.
I got you
into
probably got me into this into this mess.
I've gotten really into. I'm not going to do like a product placement branding.
Like Igor did, yeah.
Yeah. Did you actually didn't mention any names?
I managed to not mention any brands.
Yeah, that's true.
You can do that. It's a commercial.
Okay. Do we get paid?
Yeah, can I get a year's supply of...
You get a lot of crisps.
Fine with me.
No, I've just got really into just like these kind of delicious cereal, not even cereal bars. They're basically just like a bar that's like, they're all like drawn, the nuts and seeds and bits of like grains and stuff, all kind of brought together by the sort of syrupy, crunchy caramel and then like drizzled with chocolate. And I should do the adverts for this brand.
Yeah.
But they're so good and I just eat them all the time.
What's the name of the brand? Because there's a lot of those.
Kind bar.
Yeah.
Kind bars, yeah.
Oh.
If you're listening.
That's the name, Kind.
Kind, yeah.
Yeah. I just keep eating them.
It would be typically that it's only in the UK. We have some shops in Ostende at the seaside, especially with only English, British stuff. Maybe they have.
Maybe
it
they're
over
there. I wonder where Kind bars are made. But hey, if you want, I can. Once I get my sponsorship, I'll send you.
But Kind bars, they're obviously made in the chocolate factory. In Charlie's chocolate factory.
Yeah.
Yes.
Somewhere where there's just lots of lovely, kind people.
Great answers. Thank you so much. There's a second, even deeper question.
Oh, God.
Oh, no.
You can give the answer together because the question is, today in Slacker Station, with Daughter as my guest, what has to be written on the band's tombstone?
Oh, on the band, so it's as in like we've died at all died at the same time and we've gotten buried together.
There's the dad joke for you. Here lies your wonderful daughter, but
yes, that's true.
I made it already. So
yeah,
or the famous last words.
I don't know. I mean, I don't like. We gave it our best shot.
Okay.
I don't know. That's
sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry, is a good one.
Yeah, sorry.
Thank you so
that's
kindly.
actually yeah.
Thank you kindly, and then TM kindly.
And also sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay, we'll arrange that.
Wait, hang on.
Are you arranging on
I don't know if I'm quite ready to die yet.
I've got a lot of things I want to do.
Yeah.
That's why I said it's the band that if the band,
I see.
not you guys.
Metaphorically speaking.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Well, I think, if we're not going down this road.
No.
I was just going to be like, I feel like this is my favourite of our albums.
Yeah.
So, when you're like, if anything did happen to us, not that we would personally hope we live for a long time, but I'd also be very content. Okay, I'm going to stop talking now.
We're going back to the playlist as chosen by my guests, Igor and Elena. What about Björk?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, chosen by Igor.
Yes, yeah, there you go.
Fantastic.
Not just choosing men. Yeah, I mean, Björk, big fan of Björk for a long time. I guess I chose, between Arthur Russell and Björk, I'd chosen two artists who were very free to do what they wanted to do it how they like to do it. Obviously Björk has had a really great, amazing career so far, and has released lots of different kinds of music, but everything's just felt like her. And I guess I just wanted to go back to this is her debut album as a solo artist, and Anchor Song was one of the first songs she ever wrote, I believe. It's such a simple song, so beautiful, and it's just so kind of primal, because it's very short, not many lyrics, but it's all about finding home in the ocean. And I believe, being quite a big fan of her and knowing a bit about some of her songs, I believe that she has always needed to live close to the water, because it's just such an important element to her. And I think there's something very beautiful and very pagan in finding comfort and sort of divinity in natural elements. And yeah, that's the Anchor Song.
Last song, Sufjan Stevens, as chosen by daughter, maybe Igor, maybe Elena, together.
Yeah.
That would be the best for the show if you have chosen it together.
Yeah. We thought we'd divide things very fairly equally, between.
Yeah.
I think we both have a real love. To be honest, it was very difficult to choose a song from. Well, firstly, a Sufjan song, but also a song from this particular record, because I think we both absolutely fell in love with it when it was released, and still love it now. So, difficult choice. Could have chosen just all of the songs as our...
Yes.
You have to tell us which song.
Oh, sorry, yes.
No, it's okay. I didn't write it down.
Blue Bucket of Gold.
Okay.
Yeah, which... is just, I think for me personally, the song, it's the way that it's like the song itself, the whole song is beautiful, but the way that the sound, it kind of the tape stops and it just carries on in these very ghostly layers, and it's just this most beautiful outro, and the way that it kind of takes off, it's kind of soaring through the sky almost, and it's just very visual. To me, it's this incredibly visual moment with strings and kind of droning sounds, and I love it. And I think in terms of just the emotion that it evokes is really strong.
I think he made a world on his own with his music. It's not that new what he's doing, but it's. If you hear one note, it's Sufjan Stevens.
Yeah.
That's the same with daughter. If you hear one note,
Oh, thanks. Thank you very much. That's very kind. Yeah. Yeah, he's been one of those sort of, I think, pretty big influences for us even before that album, where we just something we rallied around in terms of what music we liked. And like you said, you can recognize him. It's just very intimate, very close mic'd kind of stuff, and just so brilliant.
Brilliant is the best word in English.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I was a big fan of the Fast show. You remember that show? There was this guy and he always go, "It's brilliant," all the time, everywhere, on the seaside, in a fabric, everywhere. With
everything's brilliant.
Yeah. Little dad joke at the end of the show, especially for Igor.
Yes.
Igor and Elena, thank you very much for being my guest. Next week, there's the new album. We can grab that in the record stores and online, I guess.
Yeah.
And maybe see you
1, 2, 3
at some point.
Yeah, we hope so. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks.